I want to begin tonight by thanking the Southwest Civic Association for giving me the opportunity to be here and address you this evening. I know that there are a lot of things. I want to thank each and every one of you for being here. I know there are a lot of other things that you could be doing tonight. Just ask my opponent. He's doing them. I really appreciate the fact that you all turned out here tonight. I want to start tonight talking about the history of Chula Vista, and that sounds strange coming from someone who doesn't have a long history with Chula Vista. But I think it's important because what we're doing in electing a city attorney in Chula Vista has a history and it has a reason why it's doing that. And so what I want to do is start talking a little bit about the litigation and the liability and the settlement history of Chula Vista. And to do that, there's a couple of different areas that I want to focus on. The first one I want to direct your attention to has to do with, in 2007, the city, after investigating Assistant City Manager Lori Madigan, she resigned, I put those in quotes, those little air quotes, and the city of Chula Vista gave her, and I'm going to quote from the UT editorial, a diamond-studded, gold-trimmed, platinum parachute by allowing her to remain on the city payroll and rack up $155,000 in pay until she vested in the retirement system, at which, age 60, she could then collect approximately $30,000 per year for life. In 2009, after investigating City Manager David Garcia for inappropriate internet usage, the city of Chula Vista paid him $150,000. But these weren't the first separation agreements, nor were they the largest separation agreement. Actually, that award goes to my opponent. In 2004, after finding that he couldn't work cohesively with the city attorney, Mr. Googans resigned, and there's those quotes again, and was paid over $175,000 to go away. Now together, just these three separation agreements cost you, the taxpayers of Chula Vista, over $500,000. Humberto, how many potholes can you fix for $500,000? Quite a few, right? Okay, that's money that each one of you pays to have your roads fixed, to have the city open, and all of those types of things. Now, if Chula Vista were run like a business, the very first thing that Chula Vista would do is go out and find a personnel attorney and say, hey, you know what, we've got personnel issues, we've got employees, and it's costing us $500,000. We need somebody who's specialized in personnel issues. Well, the Sheriff's Department has a Human Resources Bureau, and it's my job as the Sheriff's Chief Attorney to advise them on personnel matters every single day. It's important because personnel issues cost the city, cost governments money. So it's important to make sure that we have somebody who knows how to deal with these issues and avoid potential risk and litigations. So that money can be used for other projects. And to be clear, my opponent has no experience in personnel law. He handles development, real estate and development. In 2008, I want to talk about another area. Aside from just personnel, in 2008, the city of Chula Vista paid out $400,000 to settle a lawsuit filed by an 18-year-old Latino student who was mistaken for a trailer thief in his own family's driveway and injured. Okay? A month ago, the city of Chula Vista and the police department received an adverse verdict that was awarded to a federal agent in the amount of $2.2 million. Okay? On top of that, the city has to pay the firm that represented the city, and since they lost, they have to pay for the attorney's fees on the other side of the equation. Now, I don't know, Humberto, I'm going to pick on you. How many potholes do you think you could fix for $3 million? That might be a little bit more, right? You could probably fix a whole street for that, right? Okay, I bring these up again because it's important. Again, if the city were a business, what would you do? You'd go out and you'd hire somebody who knows how to work with law enforcement agencies, who has experience in dealing with law enforcement and litigation. you would hire somebody who's qualified to do those types of things. I've advised the San Diego County Sheriff's Department, which, as I've said in the past, is the 4th largest sheriff's department in the country. In 9 years that I've been at the Sheriff's Department, we've never had an adverse verdict the size of the verdict that came in for the city of Chula Vista a month ago. Now, my job as the Sheriff's Chief Attorney is to remain current on issues affecting law enforcement. That's what I do. I've spoken on a national level before the National Sheriff's Association. I've spoken on a state level. I write and review cases for the California Peace Officers Association every month. And those cases are then disseminated to law enforcement officers throughout the state so that they can keep current on issues affecting law enforcement. And what that does at the end of the day is that saves their agencies, and in turn, it saves all of their communities tax dollars. Because that's not where you want to be spending your dollars.